Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd, Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here on the Similkameen River in beautiful British Columbia, Canada, finding gold. This is a claim I got a couple years ago. I've done a few videos here. There is amazing amounts of fine gold on this claim. Today, we're gonna be working the black sands that hold this fine gold and see if we can get ourselves a good haul. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. And today I have my beautiful wife, Dana.
Hello.
Now this river is known for its black sands. Let me show you. Here's a section right here that has washed out a whole bunch of black sand. Now black sand is an iron sand made of magnetite and hematite, and it's a heavy sand. Gold often deposits where the black sands deposit. Typically not in pure sand like this. We gotta find the gravels or go down below the pure sand to where the gold may have settled down to. We have a spot over here we like the looks of. I'm gonna do a test pan and see what it has. We like the looks of this area here because however the water flowed when high runoff was going through, it washed all the sands away and just left the bigger gravel rocks there. And we can see black sand down in amongst the rocks. So we're hoping there's also good gold there. You can see that layer right there. That's the black sands down onto the regular sand, but the black sand layer is right there, which is just underneath these rocks. Right there. Let's see what just a couple of scoops has in it.
Oh, this is Chinese writing stone.
Ha! Beautiful piece of it too. Now while Dana does some clearing of rock so it's easy shoveling for us, I'm gonna run down to the river with this pan and make sure that there is good gold there. And I have to watch out. I think that's poison ivy. I'm not really an expert, but I believe leaves of 3, let it be. I don't know, is that the leaf of 3? Someone that knows better than me, tell me if that is actually poison ivy. I'm not touching it to find out, but they're definitely groups of 3. Oh look, a sitting rock. Well, that's a pretty nice gold. So let's start doing that spot in earnest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna classify into a bucket, bring buckets down and just pan them as hard and fast as I can, bring it down just to concentrates. We're gonna save those concentrates to go through later. We're gonna see how much gravel we can go through in the short amount of time we have here on the river.
What's the verdict? Keep clearing rock?
Yes, keep clearing rock. There's gold there, for sure. Alrighty, keeping all the cons from today. We're not cleaning out the gold at all. In fact, many of the pans we're not even gonna look to see if there's gold. We're just gonna get down to its cons and dump it in the bucket. But we know there's gold here.
You know there's gold.
I know there's gold here. Classifier.
Kind of cleared.
And there we are, one full bucket. And we'll carry that down and pan it down the river. And if you haven't already got yourself an arbor fabricating classifier, they are the best for classifying into buckets. There's a link below in the description with a discount code. Okay, as Dana fills pans, I'm gonna pan pans. We're gonna see how quickly we can go through this. Look at how much black sand is in these pans. It's crazy how much is here. Quarter of the pan is full of black. But there's gonna be a lot of gold in there as well. There we go. Down to the cons. Down to the nitty gritty. And that there is how many cons we have so far. Look at the black sands on these beaches. That would be a good spot right there. But we've got a good spot. We're on it. And Dana started without me.
Get over here. Start shoveling.
Shovel, man. Shovel. Look at the black sands in that.
You can see the black right there.
So I just wanted to get a shot of what we're actually doing here. You can see I'm only scraping the surface. I'm going down 3 inches, maybe 3 inches. The rocks on top won't have any gold in it. The sand below won't have any gold in it. But look at that layer of black sand going right through there. That's where all the gold is sitting. Like, I guarantee you there's a flake of gold in my hand right now. There's that much in these black sands. But it's small. That's our second bucket full. Dane, you think we can do 10 today?
5.
5, okay. 5 buckets. I'm hoping there's 1/10 of a gram in every bucket. So 10 buckets would give us 1 gram. 5 buckets would give us
Hopefully 1/2 gram.
we can hope, we can wish. Where I'm panning, I'm sitting on this rock here. Where I'm panning, look at the black sands washing out in my tailings. That's how much black sand is here. And that's the stuff that I'm washing out. The bucket is full of the rest. Hopefully there's no gold in that. This stuff feels better, Dane, than the last bucket.
Yeah.
There's more sand in it. The last bucket had a lot of like, clay or stuff that just washed away instantly when we put it in the water. I think we're getting into coarser material. Coarser gold, bigger gold. That instantly, just all black sand. We will be taking these cons home and processing them at home through some sort of machine. I'm not sure which machine I'll use to reduce the amount of cons. I might use the Miller table. Might use,
Hey, the thing that we did the garnets in.
ooh, the jig.
I like that.
I don't know if the jig would work well on such fine gold. Yeah, but maybe I'll try that. Or maybe I'll try the magnetic separator. That would actually probably be pretty perfect since it's almost all black sand. Or a combination. That last pan, I actually saw some gold in the back corners washing out, so I know we're on the good gold. It only happens when you have lots of gold in a pan that you see it washing out in the back corners like that. I see Dana's taking her sweater off. I was just about to take mine off. The middle of summer, we're early August right now, and we've had quite a warm summer, but it was a cold morning. It was cold, rainy morning, so whew, we put some extra clothes on, but now I'm regretting it.
The rain has stopped though.
Rain has stopped.
Pretty much, yeah.
And round 3, bucket 3. They're not full buckets, they're basically 3/4, maybe even 2/3 full. But that's a nice level for carrying. And using the Arbor Fabricating classifier, it takes up the top third of the bucket. So you can fill it up if you lift the classifier. It's just easier to stop at 2/3 full. My underwater tailings pile is getting blacker and blacker and blacker. Love my Similkameen River claim, especially in the summer. It's a great place to cool off. Even though it is a cool day today, on hot days, it's beautiful jumping in that water, going for a swim, cooling off. Oh, first pan. First pan. Okay, that is bucket 3 done. 2 more to go to get our 5 done. My wife, Dana, works out constantly. She swims like multiple kilometers every morning. She goes to the gym every day. She hikes 3 or 4 times a week. She's insane with her workout. And I think she's overdone it a little bit, and she has something like tennis elbow or something like that in one of her elbows. So I told her I would do it all today. She could sit back and relax, but nope, she insists on doing her share. So she's up there, I think, hurting a little bit. So we're not gonna spend too long here. I think that's why we went from 10 buckets down to 5. She also asked to be the one to do the digging rather than the panning. She figured the panning would be really hard on her elbow. How's your elbow doing?
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it?
Yeah.
Want me to fill this bucket?
Sure. Why, yeah, I've almost failed it. Just some evidence that you actually do shovel.
That's why I gave you the camera, yes.
Yeah. What bucket number is this?
This is bucket 4. And I am using a 1/4 inch classifier here. I never use anything less than a 1/4 inch because if you go down to an 1/8 inch classifier, it gets really hard to pan. The sand locks up too much in your pan. Quick breather here. Let's talk about the Similkameen River for a second. Similkameen River, it's in south central British Columbia. It is really known for having this really fine gold in the lower Similkameen. But if you go way upriver, up to a place called around Eastgate, it's Eastgate of Manning Park, and the gold up there is really coarse, big chunks. Down here, it's all specks. Well, no, mostly specks. You do get the odd flake, and if you're lucky, once in a while you get a picker. Upriver, you can actually find lots of pickers and nuggets. But I don't have a claim up there. I've got a claim here. There will be 10,000 pieces of gold in that bucket right now. They're just all really small. And I was here last week scouting, and that's why I chose that spot up there. But really, I want to look over there. There's good looking stuff down there, and most every time I've worked up here, but down there looks so good. So maybe another time we'll look down there.
Why do you like that area? Is it because it's on an inside corner? Or?
Yes, it's getting closer to the corner. And what I find down there when I did a little walk is that the black sand beaches are behind each and every big rock. It's washed a bit cleaner than here. Here we got a lot more sand. Down there is a bit cleaner. I think we'll do better down there sometime. My claim doesn't go as far as the big rock. It's about halfway between that big rock and us right now is the edge of our claim. My claim is quite small, just from up there to about halfway to that rock. But yeah, I gotta go down there and try someday. And Dave, what was that?
Okay, so we're looking for very fine gold here, right?
Yes, very fine.
Okay, when you're on the Fraser River, you avoid the fine gold. So are we just set up differently here?
No, on the Fraser River, when I'm at Pickerton, I avoid the fine gold because I know there's big gold there. Here, there is not much big gold, so I'm going to focus on getting the smaller gold.
But do you pan differently?
I pan slower, definitely. Definitely a different panning, but that's mostly because there's so much black sand in that pan. It's harder, slower, and I'm really watching what's washing out so I don't wash out too much of the black sand.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Bucket number 4 done. One more to go. It's kind of hard going through so much volume of gravel without checking to see how much gold you're getting. I know it's there. I just have to go on faith that it's still there. But to go fast like this, you can't check every pan. In fact, we haven't checked any of the pans since that first one where we just did the test pan. Let's hope. And bucket 5. What you looking for?
Rocks?
Dane, it started raining again.
Yes, has it ever?
Oh, luckily we're on our last bucket. I did a quick swoosh back of the last pan of the last bucket. I saw 2 good-sized flakes in it, so we could be really on it. I'm hoping for half a gram in those 5 buckets. Dane, it's possible it might rain.
Yes, that's why I'm standing under this tree.
So Dane, why did we choose today to go panning?
I don't know why you chose today.
I thought you chose today.
No, I think you did. Did you check the weather beforehand?
Of course. Actually, I don't mind being out here today. It's kind of cool, but it's been a hot summer, so it's kind of nice being in the cool weather.
And this is a beautiful river, no matter what.
Always, always.
It's kind of like a spring day, but we don't have mosquitoes or ticks to worry about.
Exactly, just poison ivy.
Well, yeah, but that would be all the time. You know, I like gold panning, but I don't like this. in that I don't know how well we did. It's kind of like hard rock mining, right?
I actually just said that on camera too, that it takes a lot of willpower not to check every pan and just to go down to a certain level and dump it. We could have nothing. Although I checked that last pan, there were 2 big flakes in it. So.
Yeah, but when you're digging and then you pan, you can alter as you go. Like
Yes.
if you're on the gold, then you keep going for the gold. Whereas we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But we went through a lot more material than we would have if we did it the other way.
True.
Yeah.
Is this you trying to pitch us to do another 5?
5 buckets. 5 more. Let's go.
I don't think your con bucket is big enough.
No, it's full. So Dana convinced me to come down and do 1 pan down the bar where I said I gotta try someday. So I'm only doing 1 pan. It's not a great test. I just chose a random spot here. I actually don't see any black sand. I'm not sure if that's, I think that's a bad thing. But 1 pan from down here. Okay, 1 pan from right there. Let's see. Hey Dane, come film me. Dane, there's a lot of gold in this.
Does that mean you want to do another pan?
5 buckets! No, there's a lot of gold in this. So, I was definitely right to want to check down amongst those rocks. Gotta be 150 pieces of gold in there. And some okay sized flakes too. Love panning the Similkameen for so many reasons. Gives me high hopes for what's in that cons bin. Well, that was 5 buckets. About 3/4 full. So that's about 1/10 of a yard. Now it's classified 1/4 inch, so really it's double that. So it's about 1/5 of the yard of the gravels we ran. Gives us something great to calculate how much gold is actually in this gravel. Now let's take those cons home, process them, and see what we get. Can we get that 1/2 gram? Just a light bucket, eh, Dane?
Yes.
That's 2 liters of black sand. It weighs a ton. You have a good day?
Yes, I did. Awesome. Did you?
Of course. Any day with you is awesome.
Right.
This is crazy. Because we were in the area, Dana and I came to look at the backside of Bromley Rock Provincial Park, where my dad and I panned for the first time when I was about 10 years old. That rock there is still there. That is the rock we panned behind. I can remember that rock forever. We panned right there, found gold and platinum. We also panned behind that rock there. They're both still here. 40 years later. That's crazy. And there is no mistaking it. That is definitely the rock we panned behind. Dad and I dug a hole right there. We also dug a hole right there. We ran a sluice box, a river sluice, which was totally illegal even back in the day. We didn't know what we were doing. And we're in a provincial park, so we weren't allowed to be here either. We didn't really know the rules back then, but I was 10 years old. Hello? Hello, Sneaky. Well, I've classified down the material to 1/16 of an inch. 1/16 classifier, and I'm now got out here in the sun drying. I've separated off in a whole bunch of pans just so there's lots of surface area. It's almost dry. And then we can process it through the magnetic separator. And I will be using the dry magnetic separator from miningmagnets.com to separate out the magnetite from the rest of the cons. I'm thinking there's probably about 3/4 of that material is magnetic. That's my guess. Oops, looks like I'm actually doing 20 mesh. Or is that 12 mesh? I can't remember how they label these things. That's gotta be 20 mesh. And is there any gold in the plus 20? And look at that. 2 flakes of gold in the plus 20. Yes, the gold on the Similkameen is tiny. In thousands of flakes, only 2 of them were bigger than 20 mesh. Now, I'm not going to explain to you how this machine works or go through the nitty-gritties with it because I have multiple videos on my channel which are just completely focused on this one machine. If you want to know more about the miningmagnets.com dry magnetic separator, search my channel or search YouTube for magnetic separator Dan Hurd. You will find multiple videos where I explain everything about this machine. Right now, I'm just using it to take the magnetic black sands out of the cons. Non-magnetics going into the jar. The jug. Magnetics are falling down here. Pure black sand magnetite. And there we are. A very big pan of black sand and some cons to pan out. One pan of black sands, one pan of blonde sands. That should be a heck of a lot easier to pan out. And I just weighed it up. That's 6 pounds of the blondes and 13 pounds of the blacks. And since I'm talking so much about black sand, I guess that's a perfect time for today's geology lesson of the day. What is black sand? So typically, black sand is a combination of magnetic, magnetite, and non-magnetic, hematite. However, depending on where you come from, there could also be tin in there. The Australians are always talking about their black sand tin. But that is only the black sand component of your black sands. If you look closely, you'll find there's a lot more there. Our black sands are typically loaded in other crushed up minerals like gemstones. Garnet is often found in your black sands, but there can also be corundum, there can be zircon, there can be peridot, there can be sapphires and topaz, possibly even diamonds. There are all sorts of heavy minerals crushed up in our black sands. But the vast majority is the magnetic component, which is magnetite. Now let's go pan this out and hope that there's a gold component as well. So I've cut the volume in half or more, and what you're seeing now is the hematite component. These are the non-magnetic black sands. Getting very hard to pan. Sometimes I think I like to torture myself. Okay, that is absolutely ridiculous. I am never doing that again. Oh my goodness, that must have been 2.5 hours to clean that up. That's after I took out all the magnetics. Anyhow, zero out the machine, take that off, put this one on, and grams. Oh, so close. Oh no, we're a failure. We wanted 0.5 gram. Well, I'm gonna say with the amount I missed panning that stuff out, I probably got over 0.5 gram. I just didn't recover it. And yes, there's still a bit of black sand in here, I know, but I give up. There's that big guy. But even at less than 0.5 gram, that's pretty good gold. Oh look, the scale says I got more. It's not zeroed out properly. Anyhow, 0.5 gram. And really easy calculations. If you assume I went through 1/5 of a yard there, and that was 0.5 gram, that means in a full yard, there's 2.5 grams. That's not too shabby. Well, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned it today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching. Until the next one, bye.
Bye.